Thank you all for being here. Name's Bernie Olivas, Executive Director of the Sun Bowl. And again, just a real short notice to let you know that I don't, not only the Sun Bowl Association, but I think the entire city is really pumped up about the matchup that we have this year. You know, we have Arizona State, who was just a playoff team last year, and of course Duke is the conference champion. We couldn't have asked for a better, for a better matchup this year. Today, we're going to hear from both offensive and defensive coaches for Arizona State, and I'll start with the offensive coordinator, Mr. Marcus Arroyo. Okay, Sun Devil football named him the head coach, former UNLV head coach Marcus Arroyo as its offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach on December 4th, 2023, bringing two decades of coaching experience in Tempe. Arroyo most recently led UNLV fans 2020 to 2022, guiding the program through steady improvements and elite recruiting classes that helped lay the foundation for a Mountain West championship. Game appearances in 2023. Before UNLV, he served as offensive coordinator at Oregon, where the play calling helped produce a Pac-12 title, a Rose Bowl win, and the development of future NFL star Justin Herbert. A veteran play caller, Arroyo has served as the lead or co-offensive coordinator 7 times in his career and has coached in both the collegiate and NFL levels. Coach Arroyo led the Sun Devil offense to the Big 12 championship and a playoff appearance in 2024. Ladies and gentlemen, Coach Marcus Arroyo. Coach.
We'll start with an opening statement from Coach and then the questions.
Yeah, first of all, we're just super excited to be here. We got an awesome opportunity to play in the postseason, which every team is shooting for, and I think that to be able to come to a bowl that's got an opportunity to be celebrated, much like this one is, and with all the pageantry and the history this one's got, it's an awesome opportunity for our group, young and old, to finish the season the way that they had planned on it, and that's playing in postseason. So we're excited as heck to be here. Got a real young group that's excited to be here in postseason, and fired up to have the opportunity to be here in El Paso.
Questions for Coach?
Chad, please. Coach, obviously today, first chance to work with Jake Fetty. What did you kind of see from him, and how was that working with him for the first time?
Yeah, I mean, we've been waiting for probably, almost 2 years now. Saw Jake down here working out during spring, my first spring on the road, one of the first guys I saw, and had an opportunity to grow a really steady, strong relationship with him and his family and Coach Rudy down there, and be able to hang on to that. A premier player in our eyes that does everything we want. Runs the show and plays that position. He's got all the critical traits and mental makeup it takes for that position to be special. So we've hung on there. We've had a big fight with some big dogs as it goes nowadays with big time recruiting, and we've got a real opportunity to have a special guy back in Tempe for the future. So it was awesome to get him finally out there where we can touch a ball with him, talk through some football. I've seen him. We've had opportunities to be at some camps and stuff, so you get a chance to work. But awesome person, awesome player, awesome family, great addition to our program.
Just what kind of sticks out to you? Obviously, you've worked with a lot of quarterbacks, but with Jake in particular, what sticks out to you as far as his game?
I mean, first off, just his competitiveness. The opportunity to see to be able to recruit a guy and see him multiple times, I think, is key for all of us. When you're trying to find exactly what it is within those traits that you really believe near and dear to you make that position successful. Competitiveness is the top of the list for the quarterbacks. A guy who is mentally, physically, and emotionally tough. He leads his team. I mean, led his team to stellar records both the seasons that I got a chance to see him. Got a background that's got a strong family, strong faith, really good human. And I think you can be able to take those and check those boxes first and foremost, because the other stuff really doesn't matter if those things don't stick out there. Throwing the ball accurately, playing with his feet, late in downs, being able to be coachable. Those are all things we can develop. Obviously, a strong kid who can utilize his feet. But I think the things that I mentioned at the forefront are the most important piece. An ultra-competitive guy who's a great human, who loves football, who's eager, and has traits you believe can be really, really elite. In that regard, I think are what Jake has that we looked at.
Michelle?
Coach, can you talk about the development of younger players? You could even be down to your number 4 running back, but just the chance that you're having to work with these younger guys that you haven't seen much up to this point?
Yeah, great point. I think that's one of the things in the postseason that I think sometimes gets overlooked within the magnification of everything we do is that we get an extra 3 to 4 weeks sometimes to be able to be around our guys and be around some young players. We're going to play on offense a ton of young guys. We're down there. We were there this season with some injuries, but now we're in the bowl season and there's going to be guys rolling in, rolling out that some of us may have never seen yet. We're coaching guys out there that are having opportunities that we've got a chance to kind of roll in and see how their talent's been. Some of them been on scout team for the entire season. You have a chance to see them a lot. That's the beauty of postseason. You get 13, 14, 15 extra practices, which in our coaching world is a big deal. That's practically a spring ball. And I think when you don't have those in the postseason, it's been awesome to have those, but those are huge. That investment, that time. The ability to see those guys and analyze them, to be around, see how they learn, see how they tick, see how they react, is huge as far as the development of a program. And development is a word that's hard nowadays because there's not a lot of organic development within the programs from years to years because you're playing in groups. But right now we're really excited about those opportunities to have those guys, young guys with us. Carde being a guy who's already out early, also Jake being a guy who's come out early, already out of high school. I mean, those things are invaluable.
One more for Coach Williams.
I guess, Coach, just what's kind of I know, sorry, we keep talking about Betty, but just what's kind of the first step, just for you as a coach, what's kind of the first step in kind of just getting him ready and starting that development with him?
Yeah, I think more than anything else with the quarterback position is just being able to take your time and kind of evaluate where he's at and kind of go at his speed. I mean, you got to be able to ramp it up and teach guys football and start at a really primitive background in regards to like what they know, and then try to manipulate that into the growth of teaching the game from the defensive side then to the offensive side, and then go at their speed. I mean, the quarterback's a guy that's got to be able to do it all, and I think if you skip steps in regards to being the coach on the field or to be able to not be able to manage the game in all modes, you run the risk of maybe not having a guy who's fully equipped to be able to do it at a really high level. That's been, fortunately, my background with guys who've gone on and continue to go on is start them at a level and get them going and let them go. And if their dreams are play on and on and on, that's where that's what I've told him he's going to do, then we've got to start at a certain level and be able to build that foundation. And I think starting with where they're at and where we need to go and a foundational piece that's probably really, really boring to everyone else. If they're sitting in a quarterback meeting at day one, you'd be probably falling asleep. That's what we do, and I think you develop habits and learning development at that level, and then you move forward, and then be able to lean the game and build the game around their skill set. I think is probably the next thing you do. What does he do well? What can we do? How can we manage a game effectively? Where can he put his elite traits to the task, and move forward and build it from there? Because it's built around players. It's not a playbook that's open and here it is. It's build it around guys and manipulate it and put it around their strengths.
Thank you, Coach. Can I, we'll do one more for Brett. Okay, yeah. Just talk a little bit about Sims, what kind of an opportunity this is for him.
Yeah, Jeff said, you guys have heard the stories. I mean, for guys who've been around watching Arizona football for a while, or I was going to say football for a while in Arizona, or even shoot it on a national scope. He's had some stuff. And most recently, a guy who's been through it all. A traveled guy for 5 years of college football at multiple stops, had a chance to come back if he wanted, and he did. And he's a great story. He's an amazing person. He's had a ton of football background. It has not been consistent up until now, where he hasn't had, I don't think he's had one, this is the first time in his career he's had the same playbook, same coordinator, I think, in 5 years. And so he had an opportunity late in the season, or halfway through the season when we got injured and banged up, to go in and help us out. Had a little bit of that flash last year, a little bit at times, but did a great job down the stretch for a backup guy to come in. We're all watching the ends of seasons here in the NFL and in college. You're seeing backups go in and how hard it is to be a backup quarterback and go in and be able to win games and do his job effectively. Sometimes it's not as pretty as we all wanted, but nobody's competed harder for us. Nobody's been a better team guy in the locker room. Nobody's come out to work in meetings every day with a great attitude more than Jeff Sims. So he's got an opportunity to really put a stamp on his career here in El Paso this weekend and play well and play together and have fun with his team and have an opportunity to maybe do some, maybe his dreams are looking forward to too. But I don't think he'll put that cart before that horse. He'll be excited about this opportunity this week. He's thrived in just being around the guys and working. You got it. Thanks.
Thank you, Coach. Next, I'd like to introduce ASU's defensive coordinator, Mr. Brian Ward. He's a veteran defensive coach for building aggressive, disciplined, and opportunistic units at every level of college football. A Glendale, Arizona native, he led one of the Pac-12's top defenses at Washington State in 2022, with the Cougars ranking 3rd in the league and 33rd nationally in scoring defense while excelling in turnovers, red zone efficiency, and penalty discipline. Coach Ward has coordinated nationally relevant defenses at stops including Nevada, Syracuse, Bowling Green, and Western Illinois, consistently producing super statistical improvements and developing all-conference and NFL talent. He is the former head coach at NAIA coach and an NAIA Coach of the Year at McPherson College, bringing decades of experience and proven results to his defenses. Coach Ward led the Sun Devil defense to the Pac-12 championship and a playoff appearance in 2024. Coach Brian Ward.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Holidays, everyone. Excited for another opportunity to compete, in the Sun Bowl and getting a chance to add another game to this 2025 season. We've got a special group, a group that's overcome some adversity this year, and we have several guys that were here 3 years ago when we first started. So there's a standard that's been created in our program, and to get an opportunity to do it with this group, just really excited to do that. Thank you to the city of El Paso and the Sun Bowl community for being so welcoming and gracious. And last night was a great meal, and just looking forward to the other activities that we have that lie ahead.
Question for Coach, we'll go Chess. Coach, just what do you see out of Darian Mensah and the Duke offense that are going to cause some challenges for you guys to overcome?
Very poised, understands the offense, makes really good decisions with the football. He uses and knows the skill set of his receivers. He's a guy that doesn't waste throws. You can tell that he's coached with certain just fundamentals, and he understands coverage. He understands his offensive scheme. He doesn't force balls, which is why you see just how why he's been so efficient, especially in these last 5 games. He's becoming more and more efficient just with the offense, and you're just going to see consistent improvement from this guy as he continues along in his college career.
I guess obviously probably looking at a little different personnel in the secondary. Just talk about what kind of an opportunity it is for some of these players who get because other people opt out.
Yeah, this began last January when our guys came in. We started building this roster for the 25 season. We had several guys coming back. We were really excited about the experience and some of the depth that we had. And when you get 13 games deep in the 2025 season, and you have guys choosing either not to play or they're having season-ending surgery or they're already looking to 2026. That's just something that in our program, just the standard has been, and we started in the spring, we did it in fall camp, trying to create depth and just always telling our guys, like, you can always, the one thing you have control of is that you can prepare for your opportunity. You can't plan for it. And if you continue to prepare when your opportunity comes, then you're going to take advantage of it. So we have several guys that are going to have an opportunity to show what they can do, and all that training. And when they first started playing football, when they were younger, when they get that opportunity here in the Sun Bowl on the 31st, it may be some of those guys' first time to really show what they can do at this level. But I'm excited about we're excited about the challenge. We're excited about some of these guys you're going to see playing for the first time.
Can you speak to that at corners, especially Joseph Smith getting an opportunity and the challenge to do from that, right?
Yeah, I mean, those receivers are going to be a challenge, and that offense can be a challenge regardless of what our depth looks like. And we always try to make it about us. And Joe's taken a lot of reps. He showed up last January. He understands the standard that's been set in that room, and he understands the preparation that goes into it. And yeah, he's a young guy, but he's a guy that's been up with us from the majority of the season. We moved him up the middle of the season from our scout team because we felt like, hey, we were an injury or two away from having to play him. So, we've had some time to get him ready and tried to be consistent in our approach with him, along with Tony and Kuba, another guy you'll get a chance to see, and we're going to see what happens on the 31st.
You two more for Coach.
Coach, Keyshawn Elliott and Ghost Rouser are two guys that are pretty familiar with this area, formerly at New Mexico State. Just what have they meant to this program over the past 2 years, obviously making some big plays over the past couple of years?
Yeah, I mean, those guys, they came in, the things that you don't have to teach guys are, those guys love football. And, they didn't develop that love once they got to ASU. And those are guys that, have literally, they understand the process. They understand the process of Sunday through Saturday, getting ready for games. And those are guys that just don't take days off. I'll speak specifically to Ghost, because Ghost has been in my room for the last 2 years. And, Ghost is a guy that he's looking for every opportunity he can to show what he can out on the field. And, he has, different draft grades and different people that think different things about him. But, he's really taken this opportunity, and, it's bowl season. Bowls are they're a reward for all your hard work. And they're also another opportunity to show what you can do. And, Miles is going to play this last game with his hair on fire, and he's going out there to make plays. And it just shows you just a testament to who he is and how much he loves football. And if you give him an opportunity to play, he's going to play. And I'm excited to see what he does. Excited to see what both those guys do.
One more for Coach.
How big of a deal is it to get CJ Fight back?
Yeah, that's huge. I mean, he's, I've said it since day one. I mean, he's really been, like, if there's a cornerstone to a building where you set that thing first. And, our defense, it's all about the spine of our defense. If our spine is solid, those two inside guys, the linebackers, and our free safety, if our spine is solid, it just makes everything on the perimeter of our defense work. And it really we set everything when, in 2000, it was just crazy. I'm even saying 2023. It's already been 3 years. He was the foundation, and he's only allowed us to get better around him. And having him come back for one more year, that's the biggest. That's the biggest recruit. That's the biggest draft pick we could ever got. That's the biggest guy out of the portal that we could ever gotten.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.
Coaches, thank you very much. This concludes our press conference. The next one will be tomorrow morning at 9:30 with Duke's coordinators as well. All right, thank you very much, and have a good afternoon.
There's going to be food on the other side of this wall over here.
Since 1935, one event has brought us together for the passion, the pageantry, and the celebration of the upper echelon of college football. The Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl. New Year's Eve at noon. Don't miss El Paso's greatest game.